You just wake up one morning, wow, you're seeing your spouse with one leg. What do you do? And then the lady will say, oh, why is he pressing it from the middle? Don't you know that this thing is to be pressed from the bottom? And then you don't see it as being anything. You want to be pressed, you're pressed. The toothpaste is out, I brushed my mouth. Is my mouth smelling? No. And then you want to move on. And the other person gets irritated.
Please follow and subscribe to Journey of Faith. Thank you.
I'm Tara Iman. Well, there are things that you need to know before going into marriage, but there are certain things that nobody will tell you. And those things, you find them while in the marriage. And what keeps you going is love. Don't get disappointed and don't get discouraged. But I would like to point out 5 of those things. There are several of them, but in this video, I would like to point out 5 of them. First, staying faithful. It's very difficult staying faithful with your spouse, both the male and the female. There's this temptation out there because when you are going into marriage, you just feel, oh, you've seen your partner and you have to focus on your partner. But while they're in marriage, there will be a time you have this temptation, whether you have to stay faithful to your spouse or you have to be unfaithful to your spouse. But I would love you to know that staying faithful to your spouse is very important, and that strengthens your relationship. And the second one is sex. Sex. Sometimes it's very difficult when you have tasted sex and then within the marriage you find out that your spouse, your partner is using sex to starve you, and then you get discouraged. It hurts. I will appeal to every youth that is about to get married to know that you don't starve your spouse with sex. It hurts. Don't use that as a yardstick to suffer your partner. No, it's very painful. I know most partners does that and they feel that, oh, the appetite is not there because I'm hungry. No, the appetite must be there even when you are hungry. You have to do it because that is the hallmark of marriage. The third one I would like to point out is money matters. Money matters is something that really break relationships because a lot of us go into marriage with so much expectation, and then you find out that the guy has a job and the job is no more. The female, the girl, the lady has a job and the job is no more. And then you find out that things are getting tough financially, and then you want to withdraw or you get tired of the marriage. No, it's not that way. These are things nobody will tell you. When you're preparing for your marriage, your wedding, you're in courtship, nobody tells you that once you are entering into marriage, that, or when you are there, that there will be a time financial issues will come up. You understand me? And then now, I want you to know, have it at the back of your mind. Even those people that are already in marriage, you can be in marriage for 20 years and everything is going on rosy financially. Like a lot of men does not allow their wives to work, and suddenly the man is not there. You have to stand up, and suddenly you don't know where the money is coming from. You don't know, you can't manage the business because you've not been part of the business, and then you want to get frustrated. No, I want to advise and let you know that you have to stay strong even when the financial status has gone down. And secondly, still on money matters too. It's this money matters cause a lot of problems because some persons hide their financial status before going into marriage. They don't open up. So while you are preparing for your marriage, I will advise, open up. on your financial status by both parties. Open up on your financial status and know how you spend your money. There should be an agreement between you and your partner on how money should be spent, and there should be an understanding that will help you more. The fourth one on my list is handling differences. This is also difficult. Nobody tells you when you're preparing for your wedding. Even when you're in courtship, you feel, oh, I can handle everything that comes my way. There will be no problem. There will be no difficulty. I want this relationship to work, and you are doing everything possible to make it work. And at the end of the day, you have done your best and it works, and you are in the marriage. But there's something else there again. Something nobody will tell. For instance, childbearing. In childbearing, it's God. I always say this, God gives children. That part, you can't manipulate it. So the only thing you will do about that is hold your spouse hand to hand, face to face, and look at each other and tell yourselves that we can pull through. Because there are some persons, when that time comes, they want to pull out of the marriage. And again, there's another aspect of it in this handling of differences. You understand that your partner was brought up somewhere else, maybe somewhere in the northern part of the world, and then you're brought up from somewhere in the southern part of the world, and somehow you all met at the eastern part of the world. What do? Different background, different orientation. Let me give you an example. For instance, you, the guy, when you are taking your toothpaste, you press it from the middle, and then the lady will say, oh, why is he pressing it from the middle? Don't you know that this thing is to be pressed from the bottom? And then you don't see it as being anything. You want to be pressed, you're pressed. The toothpaste is out, I brushed my mouth. Is my mouth smelling? No. And then you want to move on. And the other person gets irritated. That's just how the differences are. But what I would like to tell you is that when that time comes, communication is very important. Know when to communicate and how to communicate to your spouse. The fifth thing no one tells you about marriage is this: unmet expectations. This one is very, very difficult to handle. This is what they call, sometimes you say, unforeseen circumstances. You just wake up one morning, you are seeing your spouse with one leg. What do? That is it. You wake up one morning, the car is no more there and we are using our legs to walk. What do? And there's this one that is really, really in almost all the homes, is that body changing. When the body changes, particularly from the female after childbearing, and you see the husband getting irritated. Oh, my wife's stomach used to be very flat, now it's big. Particularly when a woman gives birth through cesarean section, you find out that you never expected to have a tear on your wife's belly, and suddenly it's there. And most times when it's there, the scars are always there. And then you find it difficult to get on with your spouse. It is very, very difficult. Today's sex, nobody tells you. You just see it happen. So I want to encourage us that as much as you are preparing for a romantic relationship, rule your mind for the hardest parts of your relationship. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye.
Follow and subscribe to Journey of Faith. Thank you.